He is not the loudest voice in reggae, nor the most controversial, yet his music travels across continents, echoing from European festival stages to Caribbean dance floors with the same steady conviction. Shazadek has built a legacy rooted not in hype, but in discipline, spirituality, and an unshakable commitment to conscious reggae. Where others chased trends, he planted seeds, literally and musically. His journey has not been without challenges, navigating an industry driven by commercial dancehall, resisting clash culture, protecting his artistic integrity, and building a global career while remaining anchored in rural Jamaica. Yet, through it all, his message has remained consistent: righteous living, African consciousness, and reverence for the earth. Roots in the birthplace of legends. Born Desbert Johnson on June 20th, 1973 in St. Anne's Bay, he grew up in the lush hills of St. Anne Parish, the same soil that produced icons like Bob Marley and Burning Spear. The air in St. Anne carries rhythm. Church choirs hum in the mornings. Sound systems shake zinc fences at night. For young Desbert, music was not a distant dream. It was daily life. Raised in a musical household, he absorbed melodies before he fully understood lyrics. At local primary and secondary schools in St. Anne's Bay, he found his first stage: school concerts. Teachers noticed his voice, clear, commanding, mature beyond his years. He joined the St. Anne's Bay Marching Band, lifting a bugle to his lips and learning breath control, discipline, and timing. Those early performances shaped his stage presence long before international tours ever did. Information about his parents and siblings remains private. He has occasionally shared photos with his mother on social media, affectionately calling her Mama, but keeps her identity out of the spotlight. That privacy reflects his character, focused on message, not spectacle. His upbringing was deeply influenced by Rastafarian philosophy. The concepts of livity, righteousness, and African consciousness would later define his lyrics. From Chilla Wrench to Shazadek. After finishing school, Desbert did not immediately step into stardom. Instead, he entered Jamaica's grassroots training ground, local sound systems. Performing under the name Chilla Wrench, he sharpened his delivery in crowded street dances where audiences demanded authenticity. Eventually, he moved to Kingston, the heartbeat of Jamaica's music industry. Kingston is both opportunity and trial. For many artists, it tests conviction. There, he evolved spiritually and artistically, adopting the name Shazadek to reflect his deeper Rastafarian identity. The breakthrough came when he connected with legendary producer Philip F. Burrell of Exterminator Production. Under Thaddeus's guidance, Chezidek recorded his debut album, Harvest Time, 2002, distributed by VP Records. Songs like Harvest Time and Can't Hear, Must Feel resonated beyond Jamaica, gaining traction across Europe. The album announced him not as a fleeting talent, but as a serious voice in roots reggae. The anthem that changed everything. In 2004, Chezidek released Leave de Trees, produced by Hugh Bunny Dan Miller. The song was more than a hit. It was a statement. While many tracks of the era celebrated flashy lifestyles, Leave de Trees protested the destruction of marijuana fields and championed cannabis as sacrament and livelihood. The song climbed to #1 and entered the BBC Top 10 Dancehall chart, establishing his international footprint. By 2007, his album Inna D Road, produced by Bobby Massive B. Condors, solidified his reputation. The standout track, Call Pondem, reached a new generation when it appeared on the fictional Massive B sound system radio station in Grand Theft Auto 4. For many young damers worldwide, that was their first introduction to Chezidek, a roots reggae voice booming through digital city streets. Collaborations and global reach. Throughout his career, Chezidek has collaborated with reggae heavyweights, including Sly and Robbie, Bobby Digital, and Cableton. He became a regular presence at major festivals such as Montreux Jazz Festival, Rototom Sunsplash, Rebel Salute, and Sting. Later projects, including The Order of Melchizedek, 2013, Timeless, 2020, and Never Stop, 2023, demonstrated consistency rather than reinvention. He stayed true to roots reggae while many peers shifted styles for commercial gain. A private man in a public industry. In a 2020 interview with the Daily Nation, Chezidek revealed he was not married at the time, but confirmed he has children. In 2022, he publicly wished his daughter Nini a happy birthday on Instagram. Despite global recognition, he remains deeply connected to his mother and family. His personal philosophy prioritizes simplicity over celebrity excess. Unlike many artists entangled in scandals, Chezidek's record is remarkably clean. He has avoided legal troubles and public controversies. The conflicts in his career are ideological rather than personal. Lyrics confronting corruption, police brutality, and industry manipulation. His 2023 single, Dem Worry, addresses envy and negativity within the music world. There have been minor disputes with international promoters over tour arrangements, but none escalated publicly. Even confusion surrounding re-released material, such as the 2009 album Herbalist, never turned into major controversy. Farming, faith, and financial reality. Chezidek's wealth does not manifest in flashy cars or luxury estates. Unofficial estimates place his net worth around $1 million as of 2024-2025, though he has described himself simply as all right, comfortable but not extravagant. His income flows from multiple streams: music royalties from albums like Harvest Time, Inna D Road, and Never Stop, licensing revenue from Call Pondem in Grand Theft Auto 4, global touring at major festivals, farming in the hills of St. Anne. He owns and operates farmland in St. Anne, Jamaica, maintaining a residence near St. Anne's Bay. Rather than luxury estates, his assets are rooted in land, agriculture, and intellectual property. Property values in St. Anne, including tourist hubs like Ocho Rios and Runaway Bay, have seen steady growth, further anchoring his long-term security. He calls himself an herbalist as much as an artist. Farming is not a side business, it is spiritual practice. In the hills, away from stage lights, he cultivates crops with the same patience he applies to songwriting. Continuing the mission. As of 2026, Chezidek remains active, releasing the single Ka Believe and preparing the album Marijuana Prayer. His message remains unchanged: protect the earth, uplift the people, stay conscious. In an industry where controversy often fuels relevance, Chezidek's career stands as proof that consistency can be just as powerful. His legacy is not built on scandal or shock value, but on steady devotion to roots reggae and Rastafarian principles. From a boy playing bugle in St. Anne's Bay to an international reggae ambassador, Chezidek's journey is a testament to grounding oneself in purpose. He did not abandon his roots for fame. Instead, he carried St. Anne with him, into studios, onto festival stages, and into the digital streets of a video game heard by millions.